Good morning, everybody. Nice to see folks joining. Welcome to our Thursday morning gathering, brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan. My name is Tara Healey, and I'm the founder and director of our mindfulness program. Yeah, feel free to say good morning in the chat, and how you're doing this morning, just kind of amidst all of the uncertainty and, so much of what's happening in the world. Yeah, feel free to just say what's going on this morning. I love seeing all the comments come in. So this morning, one of the practices that I was thinking of doing is a loving kindness practice. And, it's from time to time, I'll mix it up and offer something different, usually body scan or something like that. But um, I just feel like, it's probably probably what I need, and hoping that some of you will also find this practice valuable and helpful. And um, I'm getting ready to lead a couple of events that are coming up soon, some next week and some the week after. And I have been thinking more and more just about just self-care, and that loving kindness is such a powerful practice. And I typically end these practices with, may I be peaceful and have ease. But I thought what I would do is just expand it a little bit. So because and we'll start with kind of body scan. We'll settle in with a little bit of more concentration practice, like, kind of honing our attention, bringing our attention into breath or a different sensation or a sound. And then we'll move into a loving kindness practice. And for ourselves, for what's often called a benefactor, somebody that has supported you in life, has helped you, has been, just a constant source of strength and support. And that could be a pet. It doesn't have to be human. So, and then the other thing, and that I really love this practice is, broadening out to offer the phrases, the intentions to somebody that we might see on somewhat regular basis, but we don't necessarily interact with a lot, say maybe a little bit, but that could be like, somebody who's bagging groceries that you just kind of see randomly, or somebody you see out for a walk in the town you live in. And so we extend that. And to me, like right now, that also feels like such a valuable practice, and that it can just be done anytime, anywhere. Sometimes I'll be in my car driving and I'll see somebody, and just offer, may that person be peaceful. May that person have ease of heart and mind. May they be safe. So, there's really good research that points to the impact of these practices. And as my teachers will often say, you don't actually have to feel these qualities. All you need is the intent. You just need the intent. Like, I wish well for myself, I wish well for this person who's been good to me. I wish well for this person who I don't know. So I was thinking that would just be a really good way to practice. So let me just quickly look at a couple of these comments. Nice. Yeah. So, All right. Anything else that anybody would like to say in the chat? And for anybody who has just joined, feel free to open up your chat and make sure you go to the drop down menu and select everyone. And we'll save time at the end. So the practice will be like 12 minutes or so, 14 minutes. It goes quickly. I know usually it's a little bit longer than I think it's going to be. But here we are all together, each of us kind of supporting the practice that is simple, but it's not easy, and it makes it to be doing the practice with others is really supportive. So whether in person or as we are like this, it's just it's not easy to remove all of the typical distractions of our day-to-day lives and to be willing to feel the thoughts, emotions, and body sensations that are not always pleasant. So you're creating space for um, things to arise within you, whether it's physical pain or mental pain. And you're bringing with you this kind of courage to be with it, to come out of the narrative about it, but to be with the physicality of it, whether it's anxiety or fear or, and to turn toward, to feel, to allow is a word I like, receptive is a word I like in these practices. So let's go ahead and settle in, eyes open or closed, whatever feels like it's going to serve you best this morning. So seated, lying down, or standing, and take a couple deep breaths. Like count, do the inhale count to 4 and do the exhale count to 7, and go ahead and do that at your own pace. And surrendering your weight into the support of the surface, into the support of the ground below, really feeling held by the earth. Noticing points of contact with the back of the body and the surface. And as we let go of all that has happened so far this morning, and we release anticipation of what's to come, we're just allowing ourselves to fully arrive here, mind and body together. As we know, the mind is a good time traveler. So here in this practice, we are joining mind and body, and nowhere else to be right now and nothing else to do but practice seeing our mental habit patterns, working with our bodies, bringing kind of a soft lens of kindness and compassion, and bringing full awareness to your whole body, noticing points of contact, noticing pulsing or vibration or temperature. A good question to drop in is just, how are things this morning? Pleasant, unpleasant, maybe neutral, uh, all of the above in different parts of the body, but all included. Nothing to resist. Feeling into the physical sensations of your body. Whole body awareness. Maybe you're noticing the rhythm of your breath. Doesn't have to be different or special. Your nervous system can adjust, so however you're breathing is perfect. And let's take a moment to expand awareness to include sound that may be in the room or outside of the room. And just making a soft mental note, hearing. And allowing sound to arise and pass as it will, not a problem. Bringing awareness back inward to the whole body. And let's scan starting from the feet. And we'll move up to the lower legs, knees, and thighs. And noticing this part of the body, the lower part of the body, the legs and the feet. Perhaps you're aware of a point of contact. Perhaps there's another physical sensation that is making itself known. And then moving awareness up around the hips, up to the torso. See if you can isolate this larger region of your body with kind attention, receiving whatever the body is offering. And dropping the need to resist something unpleasant or hold on to, grasp onto something that feels pleasant and good. All is allowed, and it is of the nature to change. It's just an impermanent arising of a body sensation, a thought, or an emotion does its thing and it moves. So same as we're scanning through the body, things that feel pleasant will change, maybe become neutral, maybe back to pleasant. Things that are unpleasant will change, maybe moving to neutral and becoming pleasant. And move awareness up now to the shoulders and down both arms and hands. And again, just bringing that same kind of receptive awareness. And maybe sometimes some sense of gratitude for the different parts of the body and what they're able to do. And moving awareness to the neck, up over the back of the head, sides of the head, top of the head, and down over the face. So the forehead and eyes, the nose and mouth and jaw and chin, including the tongue and the gums and the teeth. And bring this sort of kind, receptive awareness, softening any muscles of the face that you can and noticing sensation. And releasing that. And we'll move into the loving kindness practice. And I would encourage you to sit comfortably. So if your body's been really upright, oftentimes in this practice, the suggestion is to relax a little bit. So usually I say, hold your body upright away from the back of the chair, but I'm actually going to offer to see if you can just soften the belly. If you're on a chair, resting back into the chair, let your arms and hands rest in a way that is comfortable and easy for you. So just bring some ease into the body. And again, just to the degree that you can. And if it's helpful, you can put your hand on your heart. Sometimes that's helpful. Or another part of the body, the face. whatever feels good for you right now. And let's begin with ourselves. And may I be peaceful and have ease. And may my heart be soft and open. May I be safe and protected. And my body healthy and strong. And we'll go through those again for ourselves. And to the degree that you can, see if you can really bring forth the intention. Don't worry if you don't feel these things, that all you need is the intent, this kind of care for oneself. So may I be peaceful and at ease. And may my heart be soft and open. May I be safe and protected. And my body healthy and strong. And so just let yourself kind of marinate in that for a moment, in that wish for yourself and that intent. And let's go ahead now and call to mind someone who is easy for you to care for, who has supported you, who has guided you in some way, who is a steady sense of support and care. And again, this could be a pet, but somebody with for whom the relationship is uncomplicated. So someone that is just easy for you to love. And just bring that person into your mind's eye and feel the warmth of those feelings. And may you be peaceful and at ease. May your heart be soft and open. May you be safe and protected, and your body healthy and strong. So just hold that feeling, that sense of this person for a moment and the wish for this person's well being. Again, may you be peaceful and at ease. May your heart be soft and open. May you be safe and protected, and your body healthy and strong. And so just holding that image, those feelings, the support this person has offered you, and your desire for their well being, for their safety, for their happiness. And let's extend it now to someone who you really don't know well. You may have had very brief encounters with, you may never have spoken with this person, but you tend to see them. And this is a practice I love because it really broadens our sense of our shared humanity and that all of us have similarities. We all desire well being, good health. We all desire to be happy, to have ease of heart. That those things are pretty universal. So call to mind this person. They could be at the library or at a local store, convenience store. You just see them walking. And may you be peaceful and at ease. May your heart be soft and open. May you be safe and protected, and your body healthy and strong. May you be peaceful and at ease. May your heart be soft and open. May you be safe and protected, and your body healthy and strong. So let's just take a moment to kind of hold the benefits of this practice in your body, bring mindful awareness back to the whole body. Let your attention land on the rhythm of your breath, on the sensations of your breath, wherever it's easiest for you to connect with those breath sensations. And just for a moment, just tracking those sensations. And as we bring our practice to a close this morning, may whatever good comes of our practice be of benefit to all beings everywhere. So, taking a moment, if the eyes were closed, to open, reorient to the room you're in, maybe look around a little bit and do a stretch. And we do have a couple minutes. So if anybody would like to, feel free to comment on how the practice felt for you this morning, or if you've come across a book or an app or a podcast that has been helpful. Um, I also want to say that Kristen Neff, I'll put her name in. Kristen Neff has done so much research on self-compassion, and Chris Germer. They both do a lot in this area, and you know what? Too, I'm gonna I'm gonna put in. Um, so if you go to our YouTube channel, which is Mind the Moment, I did a I did an interview with Chris Germer, and he I think of Chris and Kristen Neff as just like kind of the compassion gurus, along with Sharon Salzberg. But they've written books, they've done workshops. I think they have a workbook, but they're really good. And so during the Art and Science of Awareness series, which we've been doing monthly, where I'm talking to neuroscientists and thought leaders in the field of mindfulness, Chris Germer was one of my guests talking about self-compassion. So I would just recommend, just go to YouTube, go to Mind the Moment, and you can find Chris. And he's great, and he does some guided practice. So I would say that if you find this practice useful, even if it feels a little bit odd or uncomfortable, the research is compelling. And the other place that does a lot of research in this area is UC Berkeley Center for Greater Good. Um, I'm going to put this in the chat. Center for Greater Good out of UC Berkeley. Because, I think that a lot, like Dan Harris, who's the ABC News anchor, who's, kind of came to this practice very skeptical. And he actually stumbled upon it by accident and then really had a complete change. And his book, his latest book, so he's written two, is on loving kindness. So this is a guy who would just really turn his nose up at these practices, who has his latest book, which I don't know when it's coming out, but I know he's working on it. So there's something to trust, even if you're not feeling it or feeling kind of, you're inclining your mind that way. And like we definitely know that what we incline our mind toward on a regular basis, we train that. Um, so the beauty of mindfulness practice is that it helps us see our mental habit patterns more clearly so that we can do something about them. We can maintain the ones that are pro-social, that are good, that are useful, that are helpful. And we can see the mental habit patterns that don't make us or other people feel good, that are challenging. And we all are a mix of both. And so what mindfulness, in a way, I sort of feel like it's foundational to other practices like loving kindness and compassion. They're supportive. They kind of, I think of it as it undergirds, if that's the right word, all of these other practices. So anybody want to share any thoughts? How did do spending a little bit more time on loving kindness feel? Did it feel awkward? Was there a part that felt easier for you than another part? Anything about just the kind of the impact on your mind and body? And if there's nothing, that's okay too. I mean, that's fine. I always say when I teach classes that the only things we need in this practice are trust that there might be something to them, but not blind belief. The willingness to practice, because not practicing is sort of like the analogy. I haven't used this analogy in a long time, but I really like it. The analogy is like not with just kind of living in our head with the practice is it's like going to a really good restaurant, a restaurant you've heard a lot of really good things about, and just reading the menu the entire night and imagining what the food might actually taste like. And so it's trust and practice and patience. So those I often think are those will perfect. Meditate on the beach rocks for 10 minutes this weekend. Nice. Shared my practice with others. Beautiful. Thank you. So any other final thoughts or comments? The other thing too, on the YouTube page, um, so my last talk, I mentioned this yesterday for anybody that was on yesterday, was with Jeffrey Prue from Brown. And usually it takes about a week before it's posted on YouTube. It might be up there. So when you go to YouTube, if you look up Chris Germer, also Jeffrey Prue, Proulx, I think that's the correct spelling. Karen, feeling such resistance today. Appreciate you. Yeah, yeah. So Sarah, I have been posting in the chat. Are people not seeing that? Maybe not. Oh, you know what? Thank you for letting me know. I did not. I told everyone to go to the drop-down menu and select everyone, and I didn't do it. Oh, thank you. Kristen Neff and Chris Bermer, and YouTube, Mind the Moment. Let me see if I said anything else that I should have. Let me just go. Okay, I think that's, yeah. Thank you, Sarah. Can everybody see that? Okay. So Kristen Neff and Chris Germer, really good research. Oh, I know. The other one is the Center for Greater Good. Teresa, recovering from a cold, loving kindness has been soothing as I face a day of being let. Yes. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, Teresa. When we're not well, I think just it's just natural to resist, right? And just to be, why does this have to be happening? And then it's like the practice is seeing clearly the way things actually are with an attitude of allowance and receptivity. It's not about liking it, but it's about seeing if you can just allow rather than add a layer of resistance to that which is already uncomfortable. It's sometimes called the second arrow. All right, well, I think we've gone over. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. Yes, Sarah. So these are all recorded on the YouTube channel. So go to YouTube and put in Mind the Moment. Yep. Okay. All right, everybody. I have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you on, well, hopefully Tuesday at noon is Tuesday at, is it noon? Yeah, noon, 12 to 12:30 with John and Jess. And then Wednesday, Thursday morning, 8:30 to 9. So have a good weekend, everybody. See you later.